These are 20 of the craziest, most ridiculous, and straight-up painful moments when NHL referees completely ruined the game. We're talking blown calls, revenge penalties, missed goals, everything that made fans lose their mind. Let's count them down. Let's start with something so ridiculous you'd think it came straight from a beer league game. Back in the day, Nelson Emerson of the Winnipeg Jets literally caught the puck and threw it into the net. Yeah, like he forgot this wasn't basketball.
L4 clears it around the boards. It hit a Jet player, went in the net. Oh, that can't be a goal.
But here's the real joke. The ref counted it. Even after video review, they still said, yep, good goal. Like, bro, what sport were you watching? Well, you'd think that's the worst thing a ref could miss, right? But nope. The next one was so bad, the NHL had to rewrite the rulebook. Matt Duchene was so offside, he could have been in a different time zone. But no whistle, no review, just a clean breakaway and a goal.
Barry Trotz thought it was offside.
Fans lost it. Coaches were screaming. The league was so embarrassed, they introduced video review for offsides the very next season. Thanks, Duchene. And thanks, refs. But what happens when a ref doesn't just mess up, he makes it personal? Canucks Alex Burrows was straight up warned before the game. Ref Stefan Auger told him, I didn't like what you said about me, so I'm gonna get you back tonight. And boy, he did. Burrows got slapped with a bunch of garbage calls. Even the commentators were like, what is happening right now? That's not officiating, that's revenge. But sometimes, it's not just one player who gets burned, it's an entire city in the freaking Stanley Cup Final. Triple overtime, Game 6, the cup is on the line. Brett Hull scores for Dallas, but his skate clearly in the crease. Back then, that was illegal. But did the refs care? Nope. They gave Dallas the cup, and Buffalo got robbed.
Bad goal to be scored against Dominic Hasek.
And if Sabres fans think that was bad, Leafs fans have a whole Gretzky-sized reason to still be bitter. Game 6, Gretzky takes a shot, but clearly clips Doug Gilmour in the face with his stick. Blood, everything. Ref Kerry Fraser didn't call it, not even after chatting with his linesman. And just a few plays later, Gretzky scores the game winner. Leafs fans, they still haven't recovered. But hey, Toronto's pain isn't exclusive. Let's head west, where the Flames got robbed of a cup in plain sight. Game 6 of the 2004 final, Calgary's Martin Galinas gets the puck over the line. It's a goal? It's obvious. Except the refs never reviewed it. They let play go on. Tampa scored, won the game, and then Game 7. Calgary's cup dream? Gone. At least those were just mistakes, right? The next one? Straight up corruption. Caught live. Tim Peel, I just wanted to get a penalty on Nashville early. He said that on a hot mic. He was immediately fired. No apology, just vibe. This wasn't just a bad call. This was full-on rigging the game. But you know what's worse? When the rules literally don't let you fix the mistake. Sharks versus Blues, 2019 playoffs. Timo Meier clearly bats the puck with his hand right to his teammate. They score, game over, but hand passes weren't reviewable. The league changed the rule later, but too late for St. Louis. Now this next one might be the most backwards call you'll ever see. Jamie Benn runs into Joel Eriksson Ek, smacks himself in the face with his own stick, and somehow Ek gets penalized. Even Ben looked confused. This wasn't bad judgment, this was guessing. And finally, to wrap the first half of this countdown, let's talk about a whistle that ruined everything. 2017 finals. The puck's loose, bouncing toward the goal, and just as it's about to cross the line, the ref blows the whistle. Early. No goal. Play's dead. Penguins come back, score, win the series, and Nashville left wondering what could have been. Alright, that whistle was brutal. But what if a goal is scored, and the refs call it back because of the weakest interference you've ever seen? Game 7. Leafs versus Lightning. Tense, tight, and then Toronto scores. But they call it back. Why? Because Justin Hall barely brushed a guy like they were passing in a hallway. Refs said it was interference. The goal would have tied, but instead, it's erased. Leafs lost 2-1, and their playoff hope gone again. From Toronto heartbreak to a call so bad, the NHL literally changed video review forever. Let's rewind. This deserves a second spot. That time, Matt Duchene was so far offside, it became meme-worthy, and the refs just let it happen. It was such a disaster that the NHL had to introduce coaches' challenges just to stop stuff like this. All thanks to the worst missed offside in history. Now let's jump from offside disasters to something even dumber, calling a penalty because someone flopped. Sidney Crosby takes a dive. Literally. There's no stick, no contact, no nothing, but somehow the refs call it tripping. Refs probably thought gravity was playing defense that night. And of course, the Penguins scored on the power play. Okay. Sometimes bad calls are just funny, but when they ruin an entire series, that's next level. Game 4. Canucks versus Sharks. Tied in In overtime, Daniel Sedin, who's about as physical as a teddy bear, lightly bumps Tommy Wingles, and boom, boarding penalty. Sharks scored 15 seconds into the power play. Canucks got swept, and fans were ready to riot again. Speaking of riots, let's go back to 2011, a moment so heartbreaking, fans actually did riot. Game 7, Canucks versus Bruins. Vancouver looked flat, but the officiating didn't help. Non-calls, missed trips, and weak penalties all night. Boston wins, Vancouver burns, and to this day, fans swear the Stripes had it out for them. Now, if you thought that was bad, wait till you hear about a ref calling a goal when the puck never even went in. No puck, no crossbar hit, no nothing, and yet the ref points to the net like he just saw it go in. Even the goal scorer looked confused. It was like the ref had pre-ordered a goal and forgot to cancel it. But hey, if that made you mad, this next one will make you throw your remote. This wasn't just one game. It was a whole era of refs ruining goals because they intended to blow the whistle, even if they didn't. Imagine scoring, then hearing, well, I meant to stop play. That rule, gone now. But not before it ruined dozens of goals. Alright, now we're into legendary territory, because this next one literally cost a team the Stanley Cup. Calgary's Martin Gallinas clearly scores in Game 6 of the 2004 final. But guess what? No review. Refs let it go. If that goal counted, Calgary wins the cup. Instead, Tampa wins Game 6 and Game 7. Flames fans still aren't over it, but if there's one moment that defines pure referee chaos, it's this next one. Triple overtime. Stanley Cup on the line. Hull scores, but his skate is clearly in the crease, which, in 1999, made it illegal. They ignored their own rule, gave Dallas the cup, and broke Buffalo hearts forever. And finally, the absolute craziest, most controversial, most painful moment NHL refs ever gave us. Western Conference Final, Game 6. Gretzky high sticks Doug Gilmour right in the face. There's blood, but ref Kerry Fraser says, play on. That no call sent Gretzky to the final and sent the Leafs home. Still one of the most infamous referee moments in hockey history. And there you have it. 20 wild, infuriating, and straight-up crazy moments when refs ruined the NHL. Some of these still hurt even decades later. Smash that like button if you've ever yelled, "What was that?" at your screen. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more fan-style deep dives like this. See you in the next video.